Yeah. Greetings and salutation, guys and gals, people and pals. It's the gentleman, Sir Turtle. Welcome back, and I hope you have a lovely day. We're back at it again with Street Fighter Duel. Day 2 is officially in the books. Server reset has officially hit. As you can see here, stuff has gone down. And as you can see in the back, and hopefully, as you can tell by the title, meta and tier list. Uh, this is not the end all be all. This is my opinion. This is the opinions that I've gathered from certain people on the Discord. Been talking to a lot of people all day today, helping them build teams, making suggestions, helping them push forward in certain levels, because the grind is real. You will hit a wall at some point in time. And here's the one thing that I've noticed. You will hit a wall no matter whether you are a whale or not. Ladies and gentlemen, is it pay to win? No, because everyone, how do I put it? You put the money in if you want to. Will you have to? No. You can do this as a free to play, and all it will just take, like everyone else, time. It is an idle RPG. So, be patient. If you hit a wall, wait for server reset, gather your resources, gain your tickets, do what you need to do polls if you have to, so on and so forth. Make sure you do your dailies, and then try your hand pushing forward. That could be the defining factor of you breaking through the wall. Yeah, sometimes you could just, throw your wallet at it, throw your credit card at it, and break through it. That is a thing. That's or I would believe in any game that has the ability to purchase resources. That player who with the most money that has the ability to purchase resources will almost always be ahead of everyone. That's just gaming 101. But as you can see on here, I'm throwing it nerdy, dirty, and quick. So if you just want the tier list and shoot out the video, I can understand. I'm guilty of that myself. I would appreciate it if you stay. If you do, I love you all. So this is the tier list that I've got that I made real quick. Again, this is not with testing. I personally have not tested. I'm not number one, but I have spoken to multiple number ones. So right now, one of the leaders of server 1 for my region, NA, is this gentleman over here, and he is the Sir guild member, which is the guild with my guild. And I've spoken to a lot of people and gotten a lot of opinions from whales, from puffer fishes, the little baby fishes that are not spending money, to the dolphins, to apparently freaking megalodons, where some people have triple S characters at level 200 already. I'm talking like a million power or more. Yeah, like there's different variations, and it's only day 2, ladies and gentlemen. Only day 2. So, tier list. The constant question is, who's good, who's trash, who she should get, who you shouldn't get, so on and so forth. S class, Elena, probably the best healer in the game. Problem is, if let's say you're in a story mode and your team gets nuked and she happens to get in it, all she's gonna do is just like do a small pose and heal and not be useful. So be aware of that. Yes, she is the best healer in the game, but make sure you have a team that synergizes with her, that allows her heals and her dot heals, or not dot heals, what is it? HOTS heals over time. Allow that to really kick in. She works amazing with Hugo, with Bison, with Mad Ryu, let's see, Zangief, Abel. She works with like really beefy tanks that have a lot of HP that can shield, because she keeps them alive as they take damage. The heal over time tends to kick in. I call these the Anomaly units. I stole this name from Jay Hawker. This is a shout out to you, because he was the one that named them these. Anomaly units: M. Bison, Jury, Gen, and Rose. These 4 units, why are they called anomaly units? Because they mess up the faction bonuses, but if you happen to pull them, they are game changer. They will elevate your level very rapidly. Whatever wall you was at will cease to exist the moment you pull one of these 4 units. They are team defying, and the more you have, the more powerful your team will be. So, example, Bison and Jury, if you have those two with another 4 units to get a partial faction buff, that is very, very powerful. That in the end of the whole entire thing may end up being the quote unquote meta. But that is an investment. That is a heavy investment, as these units are not easy to get. Bison alone, if you want to spend money on it, is $100. If you don't want to spend money on it, he's a 0.014%, or actually correct. Bison, Jury, Gen, Rose are their percentages, obviously because they're very powerful units. To pull them is very low. Here's something that I did learn: their percentages normally is 0.016%. I say normally because we do have the option for, I'll show you, wish list. Here's something that I did not know. I don't know if it's supposed to be purposely on like this, but at the moment it's been tested, and this is how it is. The more you fill up your wish list, the lower the percentage it is to pull in general. The percentage of everyone drops. So I had this whole team, this whole wish list slot filled, and the percentage to pull Bison was 0.014. I emptied out my wish list, it rose to 0.016. I don't know if this is purpose or not, but it is the thing. Be aware of that. So if you care about this, if you don't care about like trying to pull for the other units, and you really want to just specifically get these units in your wish list, just understand that that's how that works. Now back to the tier list. Besides the anomaly units, S, Elena, Mad Ryu is very, very powerful. Now here's one thing that blows my mind that I've seen a lot of people do. For the love of God, please don't do it. I don't understand why, but a lot of people put Ryu in the front. That man belongs in the middle or back. His passive of extra damage being under 50%, he needs to stay under 50% and stay alive. He is a DPS. He is a glass cannon. He is not a front line. He is not a tank. So please do not put him in the front. He is very powerful. He can do multiple things. The reason why he's powerful is if you get a team where you are very bursty, and he happens to kill someone with his Hadouken, he will immediately shoot out another Hadouken. Now here's the kicker: if that Hadouken kills another unit, guess what? Yeah, you get another one. He will again Hadouken every unit he kills. That Hadouken is coming, and is coming rapidly until the unit does not die. Then he won't Hadouken anymore. But that is very powerful, because if you rank him up, he hits like a truck. A truck is just a nice way. But he is not frontline. Remember that. Chun-Li, if you get her in the top up or you get her in the pull, if you get her in the top up, especially because she's the first top up for $1, you get her. She is powerful. She is a wall breaker. She is also a core for the win team. Her AoE stun, not stun. Her AoE pushback Knockdown, she does a little bit of, she definitely knocks them down and pushes them back. It's bonkers. It's nutty. It does a lot of damage, especially if her energy builds up. She can spam that. It does a lot of damage. I repeat, it does a lot of damage. She is at the moment the core for Win Team. So if you want to invest in her, that's a definite way to go about it. And then there's Dawson. This man is a problem. He will be a problem in PvP. I've said this time and time again. This man is a problem, and this man is really good in story mode. He's just good in general. Super important thing. I gotta put an asterisk on this. This is super important for all units in game. Get them to level 61 as fast as possible. That is when the potential of your combos are fully unlocked. You think you doing one link, two link is you're like, okay, this kind of sucks. That's because the potential is there, but you haven't broken through. You need to break to 61. The spikes also. This is important for just like the jumps of levels. 61, 81, and 100 or 101 are the jumps. You'll get anywhere from 3 to 5k in power level per jump. So that's another thing to take into consideration. And at 61, the combo chains really unlock. And Doll Sim's final combo is Yoga Flame. This man proceeds to vomit flames all over the opposing team. This man, when he vomits fire at the opposing team, the screams of your enemies are very loud. They're very soul shattering because this man is a problem. He is the core for a fire team. In general, he's just really good at clearing content. He's really good at clearing content. The Anomaly units. I skipped over them. And Bison, his revive, Chef's Kiss, his damage, Chef's Kiss. It's insane. He can be a frontline tank. Technically, I would suggest putting a tank in front of him to give him even more usefulness. But yes, he can be a frontline tank, and you can add other DPSs and assassins or supports to give you a little bit more power if you need that damage in the push along. Jury, she's also going to be a problem PvP with her shadow clones. She's really good at damage. Her damage is up there. Same for Gen. From my understanding, Gen is more content worthy, as in like story and towers and such like that. And Jury will be more PvP, but they both still interchange. They can be used vice versa. Not one is better than the other. It's just that, like, when you look at kits and stuff, you're like, yeah, I could see that for PvP. Or you look at another kit, you're like, yeah, I could see that for PvE. That's more of what it is. But yet they're both still viable in both areas. A's. Now, this tier list, I don't have them as like who's better than the other. It's just in general, like, these units are all where they fit. So A, Combat Guile, really good with his AoEs, and both the starter combo and the ender, both really strong AoEs, really good at pushing damage. He aids with the Win team if you have him and Chun-Li, and then either two other Win teams, or have him and Chun-Li and then another element or quote unquote faction like Fire, Thunder. That's also very viable because they are very strong together. Beast Zangief, as a balance, he can be frontline tank. He is really sneakily tanky. He's really good with his AoE control. Regular Zangief, probably, I wouldn't say best tank in the game, because the thing is that there's so many good units in this game. I've heard people say Abel is their best tank and they wouldn't take him out. I've heard the same for Hugo. I've heard the same for Zangief. I've even heard the same for E Honda. So there's a piece of pie for everybody. Everyone can work. You just gotta invest in it and find the synergy and the team that fits them. Poison, her AoE control is top notch. It's really up there. It's really strong, but yeah, she's quite flimsy and frail. Same for Sea Viper. Her AoE damage is nutty. She hits hard. She hits like a truck. My sleepers. These are the ones that a lot of people are like, yeah, I wouldn't trade these for a world. For the world. Mikado. Apparently, if she survives enough hits, her defense goes and scales really up there when she stacks it. Abel, again, his shield and I think his stun. I'm not too sure exactly his full kit, but some people have preached by him. Hugo, his self healing, his shield, and if you have Elena, he's a bother. He is a nuisance. Fei Long surprisingly does a lot of damage, super bursty, and Cody, he yanks the support. So if you have if you see a Dawson back there, get over here. You see Elena back there, yeah, get over here. So he's a sleeper. He's pretty good. Uh, so this is just a general list. Again, it matters who you pull. It matters synergy, because Dalsim by himself, he can do a lot, but if he doesn't have a team to support him with combo linking, staying alive to let him do his job, spreading damage or aiding and buffing him, he's useless. And the same goes for everyone else. It's just the way it is. Yes, one can carry, but that book bag starts becoming heavier and heavier after time. Yes, there are people that can carry, but over time that book bag becomes heavy, and the wall will start hitting you, and teams start mattering a little bit more. And now teams. No faction buff versus faction buff. This is a debate. I say use them both in different scenarios, different situations. Sometimes a team without faction buff just works. In that instance, you're carrying more for synergy than anything else. What I mean by that, I personally love Ken with Dalsum. So once you trigger Dalsum's first super with that super ball, you trigger Ken's second, that will burst a unit down very fast. It is surprisingly sneaky with its damage. Then you have a third link. I sometimes use Chun-Li. Chun-Li, I think Chun-Li should link, if I'm not mistaken, because she has a link too. And then you end with Dalsum. That Yoga Flame, that damage, that dot, that burn over time. And then if you have enough energy going, sometimes you actually get it pretty fast. That repeated combo will nuke an opposing team, and it will nuke them very fast. So the opposing team doesn't have a same variance of AoE damage, or they don't have that a backline hitter or assassin or coding, and you have a team that keeps Dalsum safe, he will do work. And here's one thing that I would like to also state. This also goes for every core of their team. So, like Chun-Li, if you keep her in the back, keep her safe, she will put in work. That's what some people don't understand. You need 1 to 2 primary damage sources. 3 would be better, but sometimes you can do 1 to 2 primary damage source, a support, and a tank. I think that variation would be good. Or, you know, you could play around with it. Surprising hit, 2 tanks, 2 damage, or 2 tank, 1 damage and support. Actually, it does a good amount. Like, there's been times where I hit a wall and I'm like, man, I can't do it. Tangerine, again, shout out to Tangerine. He suggested that I was like, yeah, well, he was like, do 2 tanks. Do Hugo and Zangief. And then do Mario and Dalsim. Tell me how it worked. Why? Because my tank kept dying. So you throw in a second tank, it allows your man Ryu and Dalsim to do work. Who knew? That man did. So, you know, don't be afraid to test things out. I've seen so many people where they're like, meta this, best unit that, what should I do? Should I reroll? This and that. No. It's all about investment. It's all about strategy and synergy. That's what's important. Teams. Back at it. No faction buff. Like I said, synergy. Then there's faction buff. Well, the way faction buff works is you need 4 of the same unit, 2 of another same unit, but they have to be different. So 4 fire, 2 wind, 4 thunder, 2 fire, 4 wind, 2 thunder, whatever. However you want to do it, that will give you the buff. What the buff is at max is 25 HP and 25 attack or crit. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. 20 HP bonus and 25 attack. Okay? And right now, I don't care about the buff because, lo and behold, I was lucky. Or I'm not going to say my son. I let my son pull. And this child, with the grace of God and the gift of our Jesus, pulled me a bison. God bless. And because of that, I said, screw faction buff. This man is too powerful. But sometimes faction buff can push you over that wall, that you have that hump, where that little bit of power, that 5% attack, sometimes matters. It sometimes is just enough damage where your Dalsim is about to die, but he yoga flames and you're like, oh my god, I won. Oh my god, my Chun-Li just did it. Oh my god, thank you. Like that might be a thing. Or you could just throw that out the window and just do whatever. It is a trap, so please use it accordingly. There's free resets. Use the free resets. It does no harm. Oh, also, alongside with the free reset, only level up 4 units, and then you will use the limit break. Let me show you. You will use the limit break. What limit break is? It will take your 4 strongest units, whatever level they are, at the lowest level. So right now 78, and it will pass it on to all the other units that are in the limit break section. What that means, so limit break, you take your 4 units, your 4 strongest units, it will go by the lowest level of the 4, and then you will pick the other units and you will raise their level to the same one as your lowest level of the 4 that you have. This is important. This is very important. Please be careful who you select, because this is technically your second team. Right now, I use it as a test. These are the units that I interchange frequently with the units that I currently have. Actually, I use her a lot. She was actually my 4th, but since I got Bison, I broke her down. But now, voila, she's been promoted to level 78. Now I don't have to invest resources. Please save your resources. these four, once you raise them and you hit the point where you can't raise them anymore, when you can't promote them, see, save your resources. Now, do I mean save those 2 hour bags and 8 hour bags and so on and so forth? No, use them, because that's how you break through the walls. Again, you're gonna get more resources. You just gotta wait. So use those while you have them. All right, teams. So faction buff, it can be a trap, but it can be useful. So play around. Play around. Remember, you can break units down. They're free, and you can try messing around with other units, or limit break. Pick units that you want to test around and play around with. Put them in there. It's very important. Don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna throw in bees because of whatever. No, that's bad choice. And also, if you want to replace someone, you're gonna have to wait 24 hours. So, I'm not a patient man. I don't like waiting 24 hours. I don't know if you do. Maybe you do. If you do, play around, tag in and out, waiting on the 24 hours. Wham bam, thank you, man. I wouldn't. Think smartly and pick wisely. Teams. Thunder Team. Zangief. Mad Ryu. Combat Guile. Elena. Pretty flat out good. Combat Guile and Mad Ryu is your primary damage. Combat Guile with his AoE is really, really good. Mad Ryu with his opener, his primary Hadouken, is a lot of damage. So combo would probably look something like Mad Ryu. I think you can do Mad Ryu, Elena, Zangief, Combat Guile, or if I'm not mistaken, Mad Ryu, Elena, Mad Ryu, Combat Guile. You play around with the combat with the combos, but I think you want to start with Mad Ryu and you want to end with Combat Guile or something along those lines. I don't have Thunder myself, so I can't 100% tell you the combo list. I will start breaking that down and researching it more when I have the units, or if you have this information and you're in the Discord, please shoot me shoot me a list, shoot me some messages. I'm always in the team discussion room. I'm a theory crafter. I live there. That's where that I have deemed that my area to mod. But come by and shoot the breeze with me on building teams. Fire team. Hugo as a tank. You also have DJ. I think DJ sucks. Hugo as a tank. Sea Viper. Her damage is nutty. And Dawson, I've already explained to you why this man is a problem. And then I have X. So in this situation, you could put whoever you want. Fei Long as a sleeper, he's really good. Yeah, Fei Long as a sleeper, he's really good. Whoever you like in the fire rotation, the Capri is really good. I used her. I probably didn't put enough time or investment into it, but she did work for me. But some people have sworn by her damage. Um, the other thing is like, if you are going faction, I'm assuming while you're going for the team buff, you're doing the faction. You could also do 2 fire and then 4 of something else, because Sea Viper and Dawson alone are very good. Wind. Abel, Beast Zangief, Chung Li, and then X. Again, X can be interchangeable. Abel is a sleeper tank. He's really good with his shield. Beast Zangief can also be a secondary tank because he's balanced. Some people use him as a front line, so he could also be a secondary tank, but he's good at controlling with his trigger, with his first combo chain. Chung Li, her damage, her starter ult, it's her pushback, knockdown, AoE. It's nutty. It's a lot of damage. And then, as I stated, X It could be whoever you want. If you wanted to just choose two of the four and have it as a secondary team, I would say Chung Li, and then depending on if you need a tank, maybe Abel if you don't have someone else, or Chung Li Beast Zangief seems to be a very good combo, and then you pick another four from another faction, and you'll have Beast Zangief as your front line, Chung Li as your DPS, and then the other four can be, you know, maybe Thunder. Uh, you can do Zangief, Beast Zangief, Mad Ryu, Chung Li. That's a combo. With Combat Gal and Elena, and then you can interchange within, and you'll have a faction buff. That's not a pretty. That's a pretty nice team. Uh, you can also do like Sea Viper Dawson with. I tend to do. I would say Mad Ryu Zangief, and then you could do the two other lightnings, like Combat Gal or Lena, or if not Combat Gal, just throw in a Thunder as your support with if you have Mad Ryu and Zangief, and let's say you have Sea Viper and Dawson, just throw in another two, either two Fire or two Thunder, and you could use that as a primary team. That can also work. You have that as an avenue. Um, Yeah, I mean, again, it's only day two. No, correction, it's only now day three. Day two is officially in the books. People, I have heard nothing but good things. Yes, there has been some problems. There's been some questionable decisions and stuff like that. But it overall, I'm having a blast. I'm thinking about this game 24/7. I'm talking about this game 24/7. Um, and I hope you guys are too. Again, remember, please join the Discord. Again, the link is in the game. Literally, you can click on it and you'll join the Discord if you're not already joined. Like, follow, subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day. I love you all. Peace out, beautiful people.